I know a little.
I know a little about it.
I know a little bit about love.
Baby, I can guess the rest.
Alright folks, today on this episode of I Know a Little, we're going to make a peach cobbler made out of Krispy Kreme donuts. The ingredients are fairly simple. You've got peaches here. Now you can use canned peaches, frozen peaches, any kind of peaches you got. But there's going to be peaches. There's going to be nutmeg, cinnamon, brown sugar, eggs, butter, heavy whipping cream, cornstarch, evaporated milk, a little bit of water, and what makes this good is you not only use brown sugar in it once, you use it twice. And the best thing about this is the Krispy Kreme donuts. And if you don't know what Krispy Kreme donuts are, I feel bad for you. First thing we're going to do is we're going to put the peaches in the pan. Then we're going to add a whole stick of butter. I usually cube my butter up like this, that way it melts a little bit faster. We got our brown sugar, which comes up to a half a cup of brown sugar. We're going to add that. We've got our cornstarch, which is about 2 tablespoons cornstarch. That's going to thicken everything up for us good. We've got a pinch of nutmeg. That looks like a pinch to me. And a pinch of cinnamon. Ooh, that might be a little bit more than a pinch, but that'll be fine. Cinnamon's good for you. Now we're going to cook this. We're going to kind of bring this to a boil. And we're going to let all this stuff cook down. I've got to get it all melted up. We're going to bring it to the consistency that I want it to be. And then we'll come back to you. Alright folks, our next step is to add our evaporated milk in a bowl here. I've got my eye on the peaches over there. They're still cooking down. I'm not too far away, so it won't get too bad out of hand. Then we got our whipping cream. We're going to put all of the accurate measurements and the comments or somewhere before all this stuff is done. That way you'll have all the ingredients and everything. We got 2 eggs. Don't make fun of me by the way I break my eggs. I'm a cook, I'm not a chef. Here's the other thing of brown sugar that I was talking about. We're going to mix all this stuff together, and it'll add into everything after we get the peaches cooked down. Now, they call this a slurry. I don't know if that's the correct term or not. To me, slurry's something to do with concrete mix. Alright, we've just about got our peaches the way we want them. We're probably going to let them go for a little while longer. Like I said, you cook them until you get them to the consistency that you want them. Alright folks, here's the Krispy Kreme donut. Like I said, if you haven't had these things before, you don't know what you're missing. If they don't have them in your area, I'm sorry. But funny thing about these donuts, they're a little small, but they were running a special. If you buy 1 dozen, you get the other dozen for 13 cents. We literally stood in line for probably a little over an hour waiting on these donuts. They were backed out the door. The machine had broken down. They were getting it fixed, but we ended up getting our donuts. Now what we got to do is we got to take these donuts and we got to break them up in little bite-sized pieces and add them to the slurry mix that I was talking about earlier. So here we go. Now that we got our donuts broke up into the pieces that we wanted, the sizes that we wanted, we're going to dump all of these things into the slurry mix. If I can get them in there without having a mess. Now we're going to let this stuff soak up all in these donuts. It's not like they ain't good enough just like they are, but this mixture will soak up in these donuts, and that's what we're going to add into our Krispy Kreme peach cobbler. Now that we've got a bigger bowl, we can add everything in here. Make sure we get everything out of there. We're just going to kind of mix this around, and we're going to let it set for a little bit, and then we're going to put all the ingredients together and make our cobbler. Alright folks, our oven has come up to temperature, and we've got our pan greased, and 9 by 13 pan. We use Crisco. I reckon you can tell by the accent that I've got that You know, you use what you want to use on your pans. We use Crisco. We've got our peaches to the consistency that we want them. And we're going to put a layer of peaches on the bottom here. I want to try to save a few of these for the top. I think that should be fine. Story I didn't tell you about the Krispy Kreme donuts, the reason they were 13 cents for the second dozen, it was Friday the 13th. So we're going to pour all of our donuts in here. Get all the stuff out of the pan. We're going to kind of spread it around. Try to even things out best we can. Then we're going to put the rest of our peaches on top and just kind of spread them around a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect, just cobbler. We're going to put this in here and we're just going to kind of keep an eye on it. Kind of hit and miss and see how this goes, because this is the first time we've done it. Alright folks, this is a disclaimer about my cooking. I've seen this on numerous YouTube channels. There's going to be people that's going to criticize me because I'm not wearing a hairnet, or I'm not wearing a beard catch, or I'm not wearing gloves. Listen, I'm cooking for me, so, or my family. So this is just, you know, this is just the way I cook. Now, if I was cooking for you, I wouldn't change a thing. I would keep on cooking just like I cook. All right, folks, let's give her a look. See what's happening. Not bad. Don't be making fun of me because of these pot holders. I'm gonna have to let this cool off a little bit. Not bad. Y'all be good to each other out there now.